If you're plant-based, you know how essential beans are in your diet. However, canned beans are not ideal. I used to use canned beans every day, and I was spending a buttload of money because you got to get those BPA-free cans, and you've got to get the organic and the salt-free and blah, 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 blah. So when you purchase your own, you get this huge bag of dried beans, and it makes an exponentially greater amount than you would have had with the single can that costs twice as much money. So I'm going to be going over exactly how to make your beans in a pressure cooker as opposed to on the stovetop, because on the stovetop it takes anywhere from like 6 to 8 hours, sometimes even longer, and it never comes out consistently. So I always prefer the pressure cooker. It cooks in a fraction of the time, and they taste delicious, and there's no like crunchy beans and some soft. It's all the same texture. It's perfect. So what you want to do first is soak your beans overnight, or at least 4 to 6 hours prior to putting them in the pressure cooker, because although you can throw your beans in here dry and press beans, where is it? Right there. You really are better off not doing that. They don't always come out right. Sometimes they do come out kind of crunchy, and other ones are soft, and it can mess with some people's stomach because overnight the soaking actually helps reduce the lectins and makes the nutrients more bioavailable. So if you do throw them in here dry, make sure you throw in a couple teaspoons at least, if not like a tablespoon of some kind of vinegar. I typically use apple cider vinegar just because it seems to go well with my style of cooking. But after you soak your beans, you just want to put them in the pressure cooker, seal it, make sure the valve, I don't know if you can see this, make sure the valve is on the closed setting. And then you hit your beans, and then you hit start. And they typically take about a half an hour to cook, as opposed to that 8 to 12 hours on the stove. So yeah, complete game changer. For storing, you can actually freeze beans after they're cooked. So I'll typically put half of them in the fridge and then the other half in the freezer, and I will slowly take those out and thaw them as they get depleted throughout the week, because we literally eat them in everything. They tend to stay good for about 5-6 days tops. Anything beyond that, I would definitely throw them out. But don't be afraid to go overboard on beans, because although they tend to have a higher caloric density than some of the other plant foods, they are so rich in fiber that they're so tightly bound to the calories that a number of them come out in the toilet bowl as opposed to being absorbed in your body. So make sure you eat plenty of beans. And you can throw beans in just about anything. They're a staple in any plant-based diet. They're necessary for your protein and fiber and zinc and iron. I put them in my salads, my soups, my chilies, my breakfast oatmeal, my daughter's oatmeal. And it's great to switch up your beans to make sure you're getting those different nutrient profiles. Each bean contains slightly different constituents, different fibrous components, and different phytochemicals, antioxidants and such, vitamins, minerals. Out of all the longest lived civilizations on the planet, they have found that beans are consistently the #1 factor that they all have in common. This food is consistently linked with health and longevity. So I had to make a video about how to cook beans. You can't eat a whole food plant-based diet without them. Well, you can, but you're seriously missing out on an amazing package of healthful goodness. So if I forgot to go over anything, let me know. There's more recipes on my blog if you want to check that out at modernnutritiondesigns.com. Otherwise, I will see you next time.